Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Shraddha's Physics. This video is based on statistical mechanics as per the CBCS syllabus. Today our topic is phase space. So before defining this phase space, let me introduce some basic terms, that is degrees of freedom. So first of all we will see what is degrees of freedom. So from the statistical point of view, if we will consider suppose a monoatomic gas, it constitutes a simplest system. So to define the energy of that system, suppose it involves F position coordinates and F momentum coordinate. So we can define, based on this we can define the energy expression, or we can say that a system comprising one molecule has F degrees of freedom. Here if the system consists of one molecule, it has F degrees of freedom. Suppose if there are n molecules, here we have considered one molecule. If now we will consider that the system constitutes n molecules, simply we can say that to define the energy of that system, we have to define nf number of position coordinate, and nf number of momentum coordinate, so that we can define the nf as the degrees of freedom. So this is my nf, degrees of freedom. So we can say that the degrees of freedom is the number of ways we can define the particle. Clear? So this is the degrees of freedom. So here for the one molecule, if we will consider that F is the position coordinate and F is the momentum coordinate, and we want to calculate the energy expression, then at that case we can say that there are F degrees of freedom. And here for if there are NF position coordinate and NF momentum coordinate for n molecules, then this NF will represent that this is your degrees of freedom. So NF represent the degrees of freedom. Now we will see what is position space. What is position space? So for the static case, if the system is static, so the first is we can write if the system is static. The system that we will consider is static in nature. If the system is static, then at that case, suppose we are considering there are n particles. Suppose there are n particles, they are distributed in a suppose given volume V. So if the system is static, that means all the particles remains fixed at the various points in space. So in that case, we will say that the space where we are defining that particle is known as the position space. The position of the particles are basically we are determining. So in case of the three-dimensional space in which the location of the particle is completely given by the three position coordinates. Suppose these are my x, y, and this is suppose my z coordinate. So always in the cyclic manner x, y and z coordinate. So suppose we are defining the three-dimensional space in which the location of the particle, suppose this is my particle location, it is completely given by the three position coordinates. So suppose the position of this particle is x, y, z, these are the coordinates. So we can say that this total space is known as the position space. So suppose a small element in this position space, we are considering in this particular state, we are considering a small volume here. So this dx, dy and dz will represent the volume element, or we can simply say that this dv equal to dx, dy, dz, which will define the volume element in case of your three-dimensional system. It is the position space. And if it is in two-dimensional system, we can say that we have to define the area element, that is equal to dx, dy. It may be dx, dy, it may be dy, dz, or it may be dz, dx. So for the two-dimensional system, we can define the position space like this. And for the one-dimensional system, we can write the length element as simply dx, it may be dx, it may be dy, or it may be dz. Clear? So this is the position space. So the position space is basically when we are defining when the system is in static. So the next comes, that is momentum space. So what is momentum space? So here if the system if the system is dynamic in nature. So position space is defining when the system is static in nature, but momentum space comes when the system is dynamic. When the system is dynamic, that is, if the particle moves about the various velocities and possesses the momentum. Momentum is here I am specially defining the linear momentum. So a complete specification of such a system, it can be described in terms of position coordinate only. So for that case, we are defining, suppose in case of momentum space, I am writing this as, in the three-dimensional system, this is as dpx, dpy and dpz. In position space, this is as it is in three-dimensional system, dx, dy, dz. So in the momentum space, I am writing the same dpx, that is the motion along the x-axis, the linear momentum is dp, and along the y-axis, the linear momentum is dpy, and along z-axis, the linear momentum is dpz. This is the change in momentum. So this dpx, dpy and dpz, they will represent in the three-dimensional system the momentum space. This is for your three-dimensional system. And similarly, dpx and dpy, they will represent for the two-dimensional system momentum space, and dpx or dpy or dpz. It may be dpx or may be dpy and may be dpz. Individually, we can say that this is for your one-dimensional representation of your momentum space. So this is clear. So now we will come to our topic, that is phase space. So the state of the particle at any instant is completely specified classically at a particular instant if its position and momentum are known. So we can say that any parameter we can define if the position and the momentum of the particles are known. So the combination of position space and the momentum space is known as phase space. So here it has 6 dimensions, that is 3 position and 3 moment. So suppose we are considering the 3-dimensional case where, or we can say that a single particle having 3 coordinate or xyz 3-dimensional system. So here the 3 represents xyz represents position space, and this px, py, pz represents the momentum coordinate, or this is in your momentum space, and this particular is represented in position space. So if we are tracing, suppose we are plotting the curve between this x versus p, that is position and your linear momentum, and this is the path of the particle. If we are tracing this point A, then the state of the particle is called the phase point. So at this point, the point where the point is located or the particle is located, that point is known as phase point, and the path where the particle will travel, that path is known as your trajectory or the trajectory phase path, and the space where we are defining this particular particle is known as phase space. This point is phase point, and the path where the particle will travel is known as trajectory or trajectory phase path, and this whole system where we are defining the position and linear momentum coordinate, that particular space is known as the phase space. Clear? So a small element in the phase space is denoted by d tau equal to dx, dy, dz into dpx, dpy and dpz. So there are 2 types of phase space. One is mu space and another is gamma space. So phase space is of 2 types. One is mu space, another is gamma space. This is your mu space. Here it is gamma space. This mu space is also known as molecular space. So now we will define one by one what is first mu space. What is mu space? So in case of mu space, suppose we are defining a system comprising of suppose 1 molecule. So consider it to be suppose monoatomic. So the state of the gas is completely known if the position and momentum of each atom of the gas is specified. So the position of the atom, it can be specified in terms of the rectangular coordinate, that is suppose x, y and z. This is the position coordinate, or we can say that we are defining in position space. So the momentum of that atom is completely known. So in that case, in the rectangular momentum component, we can say that similarly this will be your px, py and pz. So this is called momentum space. So these 6 coordinates for each atom, when known, then the state of the gas can be determined. Clear? If we are defining for a single particle, if we are defining this as your position coordinate and this as your momentum coordinate, this total if we are known, then we are defining this as a phase space, or we can say that this is your mu space. So such a 6-dimensional space for a single particle is called the molecular phase space or mu space. So since 6-dimensional diagram cannot be drawn, so the phase space is purely a mathematical concept. Clear? Suppose we are defining here, this is the x coordinate or the position, and here we are defining the px or the linear momentum coordinate, and here we have divided each equal part. It has been divided into equal part. Suppose these are your dx, these are your, each cell is, this is your dx, and this part is along px direction, these are my dpx. So if I will consider any particular area like this, so this will be my dx part and this will represent dpx. So the area of this cell is dx into dpx. So from the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, we know this dx into dpx is near about the Planck's constant, that is h. So similarly we can write that, so as my dx into dpx is nearly equal to h, and dy dpy is near about h, and dz dpz is near about h. Then for the 3-dimensional system, or this is your 6-dimensional phase space. So in the 6-dimensional phase space, we can write this as dx, dy, dz, dpx, dpy and dpz, that will be equal to how much? dx dpx h, dy dpy h, and this is your h. So this will be my h cube. Clear? So if the position or momentum of one of the molecule is changed slightly, so the phase point of this molecule will undergo displacement in the phase space and the microscopic state of the gas will be modified. So it is represented this. So this will be my h cube, will be my volume. So for a system consisting of n molecules, the phase space can be defined in 2 ways. One is your mu space and another is your gamma space. So when there are n number of molecules in 6-dimensional, that is the phase space is 6-dimensional. It means 3 for your position space and 3 for your momentum space. So this 6-dimensional phase space representation, here we take, there are n points to represent the position and momentum of the n molecules at a given instant, that is 1 point for one particle. So it means that in case of mu space, if there are n number of particles, so if there are n number of particles, then in mu space we have to define, so suppose there are n number of particles, so here we have to consider that there are n number of points and each point will define a single particle. Here it is written that here we take n points to represent the position and momentum of the molecules at a given instant, that is 1 point for one particle. So it means for this particle, dx, dy, dz, dps, dpy, dpz will be your phase space coordinate, and here also dx, dy, dz, dps, dpy, dz, and so on. So this is called mu space or molecular phase space representation. Similarly, for a single point, here represent for the n particle system, here the single point represent a state of entire n particle. So similarly, as in case of mu space, but for your gamma space, if I am writing for gamma space, I have to consider a single point where all the system, that is n number of particles, we have to consider at this point. At this single point, we have to consider there are n number of particles, which is difficult. Actually, this gamma space is more difficult to handle. But for an ensemble means a collection of particles, that is assembly of all accessible microstate of the system corresponding to one macrostate. So otherwise we can say that for the gamma space we are defining a single point. At a single point we are defining the entire n particle. So this will help in case of when we are defining for the ensemble. So this 6n dimensional representation alone is applicable in case of ensemble. So we can say that for the f degrees of freedom per molecule, the position space will be f dimensional, momentum space will be f dimensional, and the mu space will be 2f dimensional, and gamma space will be 2fn dimensional. Okay. So here you can see that in gamma space or G space, in the 6-dimensional representation we can write as your ds dy dz is your ds dy dz, dps dpy dz is your hq. Similarly, for the n number of particles, dq1, dq2, dq1 means dx, dy, dz and so on. For n number of particles, we have to define like q1, q2, so on, q3n, and p1, p2, so on, p3n. And these are your position and momentum coordinate. So d gamma will be equal to dq1, dq2, so on, dqn, and dp1, dp2, so on, dpn. So if ds, dy, dz, dps, dpy, dpz will be hq, then for n number of particles, simply it will be h power 3n. Clear? So when a particle is moving, suppose the particle is moving along this x direction. So the number of states available to the particle in the two-dimensional space. Number of states means these are your number of states, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. So how we can calculate? This is suppose my total area divided by, if I will divide for any of this cell, because these are your divided into equal part. So if I will calculate the number of states available to the particle in your two-dimensional space, I can calculate like this is my total area divided by any of this particular state. So that will be equal to total area, that is x. This will be, suppose this part is x naught and this part is your p naught. So x naught p naught divided by this, we know del x into del px is Heisenberg. This is your del x del p is Heisenberg uncertainty, that is Planck's constant h, x naught p naught divided by h. So n will be equal to total 6-dimensional volume divided by, in case of 3D, so this 6-dimensional means phase space. So that divided by del x del y del z and del px del py and del pz, that is equal to v naught or vr vp divided by h cube in case of 6-dimensional state. So the number of state will be equal to ds dy dz. This is your volume for your vr, position ds dy dz, and for your linear momentum volume dps dpy dpz divided by h cube. So this can be written as dqr to dqp divided by h cube. This is the number of state. This is defining the number of state available to the particle in a particular. So if I am calculating for this as 3-dimensional space, this is my representation or this is my value dqr dqp divided by h cube. So this is all for today. This is all about your phase space. In the next class we will see the Boltzmann theorem on entropy and probability. So thank you for today.